Old folks, you say keep it in the pants. I'm that old dude now telling young folks keep it in your pants. Because two things are going to happen. You might get caught up and catch a disease. You might catch up caught up. Because my sexual education as a young man from my mother was don't get nobody pregnant. So my pull-out game was immaculate. Because I ain't know about condoms. I didn't know about condoms till I went into the military and had an actual sex education class on condoms, abstinence, venereal diseases, or as they call them, STDs, or what they call them now. I forgot what they didn't change the narrative, the wording on it, but I always still call them STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. And I got a whole course on it because I was a medic. I was an EMT medical assistant, so I got a whole course on it, and then I learned. But even then, I was like, what's the point of having sex if you got a condom on? I was ignorant. Not ignorant because I lacked knowledge, ignorant because it didn't make sense to me, so I was like, whatever. So, I hate being a stereotypical black man in the black community who has contributed to the demise of the black family as a black man. I am actually embarrassed because I'm a stereotypical black man. Things that I said I never was going to do, I ended up doing. Never have kids out of wedlock. Never had kids by multiple women. I failed as a man. I failed myself because as a man, as a young man, I said I wasn't going to do those things. Have kids out of wedlock. And not be with the moms. So I have a spades hand. I got 3 with a possible 2. I got 2 kids that are 30 years old. That's another video. Greek Picnic 1993. They both 30. One just turned 30 February 5th. The other one February 3rd. The other one turned 30 in either April 11th or something like that. But both of those moms told me I wasn't the father. No, the oldest one, the one that just turned 30, his mom told me straight up, it's either you or this other dude's baby. And I was like, wow. But she was honest. I don't know who the baby daddy is. It's either you or JS. But either way, I'm keeping my baby and we'll figure it out as we go along. And I was like, what? But that was her truth. And then the other one was like, I'm pregnant and I'm mad because I ain't want no kids. I said, well, you know that's my kid. And she was like, no, it ain't. It's my boyfriend kid, because I was her side piece. I was her jump off. And I used to bust a condom. Just wrong. Wrong. But I liked her. And when she got pregnant, I told her, you know that's my baby. She's like, no, it ain't. My other 3 kids, daughter Rihanna, love her to death, love her to life. I've let her down. So I failed as a father because I had other women in her face. And people would always tell me, when you go get your kids, don't take your new John or your latest and your latest adventure to go visit with your daughter. You were her first love. So I broke my baby heart. And I reap what I sow because I should have protected her as a father and not have nobody around. Once I realized that she was already 10, 11, 12 years old and I stopped taking women around my kids, I still would do it, but when it was time to spend time with my kids, I would tell whoever I was with, yo, I'm going to spend time with my kids. And most black women would get mad. What, you still messing with the baby moms? What, you still messing with your baby now? No. When you tell me you taking your kids to Chuck E. Cheese or the Dorney Park or whatever, I don't get like that. You still, well, why can't I go? You still messing with your baby daddy? I never did that. I just be like, all right, cool. I see you when you finish doing whatever with your child. Tell them I said, what's up? I'll be right here. That's how I got down. But when it comes to a man wanting to spend time with just their children, nah, forget about it, son. You're going to hear all kinds of stuff that ain't. And the best thing for you to do is be tone deaf and block it out and be like, well, whatever you think, that's what it is. Go get your child and spend time with your children, with you and just them. My son, Robert, who I begged his mother not to name after me, because I never liked my name, hates me. And it's because when he needed me, you remember that? It's a part in Stevie Wonder's song, "Where was you when I needed you last winter?" He went through some traumatic experience and I didn't show up for him because I was mad that his mother didn't call me. I was supposed to say bunk that and go be with my son. I know why he hurt. I know why he hates me, because where was I when he needed me? I wasn't there. And for that, I'm paying the price, because he's done said all kinds of dastardly mean things to me. I hope you die. I hope you flip in your truck that you drive. I hope I don't want to see you. I don't need you. Get out my face. He talked to me like I'm a nigga in the street. But I reap what I sow, because where was I when he needed me? I wasn't there, because I got caught up and got mad because what his moms did. I was supposed to show up for my child. Always show up for your children, man. Regardless of what the mom, if you got to go to court and get custody, which me as a black man, I always had this thing about court. The court system wasn't set up for us. It wasn't set up for us. So I try to stay out of court as much as I possibly can. Me and you, when we were laying up, where was the court at? When we was doing what we was doing when this child was conceived, the court wasn't involved in the situation. So for that, I say I never wanted to go to court. We could work this out. When I was paying child support outside of the court, my kids got more than when they took me to court. I still got a tab, and my kids are grown. That ain't nobody's fault but my own. So I failed my child on that regard. My son Robert, I failed him. My namesake, I failed him. And I accept it, because you know what? One day, hopefully you'll see this video and understand that I was wrong, because I got caught up and I lost sight of what I used to say to her. It ain't about you. It ain't about me. It's about this child. It's about our son. It's about what's right for him. He didn't like school. So I used to tell him every morning before we went to school, I need you to repeat after me. I go to school to do the best that I can to make my mommy and daddy happy. I'm not a follower, but I'm a leader, and I will always do my best, even when I fail. I used to make him say that every morning. And his mother told me, he don't got to say that goofy ass stuff. You trying to, I said it, see, I'm trying to get in his head and change his vision of what he was going through with the anxiety of being in school, that he has to remember. I go to school to do the best. I go to school to make my mommy and my daddy happy. I go to school to do the best that I can. And I always have to remember that I have to lead and not follow. That's what our black boys and girls need, especially our black young men, because we lazy. I'm lazy. I've worked hard in my life, but for the most part, if I didn't have something motivating me to go get it, I ain't go get it. But I learned something in my journey. All this time, I was looking for man to lead me where I should have been looking to my Father, because the God that's in me is greater than he who is in this earth. Amen. One more again. The God that is in me is greater than he who is in this earth. That means he's greater than the devil. He's greater than all the people. That the God that is inside of me, that dwells within my spirit, makes me greater than anything in this planet. And being as though I've been saved for 20-something years, 22 years to be exact. I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I've been saved. I understand now that I did two things. The two things I didn't do, rather. Let me put it that way. The two things I didn't do. Believe in me, and I wasted a lot of my time. So I've been going on for about 43 minutes, and I spoke about myself to put things into context to have people understand that I realized that my failing, although my father failed me, I should have learned from that. And regardless of what was going on between me and my kids' mothers, I wasn't supposed to fail them. And I ain't even talk about my last boy, Mr. Miles. Oh, he is so wise for his years. He is so kind. He is so respectful. He is, I call him, I got this from Damon Wayans. He called his son Pancakes. Everybody likes pancakes. So I say my son Miles is Pancakes because everybody loves them some Miles. And unfortunately, his mother left and I've had custody over him. So he's the only child out of my 5 children that I've lived with in the house. And I'm not proud to say that, but that is the truth and that's the facts. So I do my best to try to remember that he's not me. I grew up in a different place, in a different time, with a different set of circumstances that he ain't me. So sometimes I talk to him like he me. He got me in him, but he's his own individual and his own entity. So I had to mature to the place that I'm able to speak these things now because I want to help somebody out there that might be saying, F my kids. Later for my baby moms. Don't do that. Look at what your progeny. Look at what you created, whether you love that woman or not. God don't make no mistakes, man. Everybody that's walking the face of this earth has a purpose in the kingdom of God because he made us for him. So the sooner you figure out that the God that's in you is greater than he who's in this world, the better off you'll be. But even if you say, oh, I made a mistake and got this girl pregnant, no, you ain't made a mistake. You did what you did at that time, and what you did produced the life, and that life is not a mistake. So being as though that life is not a mistake, you have to always keep your eyes on your gift and how even in the darkest moments of you doing things outside of the commands of God, he loved you so much that he blessed you with a child, an innocent child. I see baby moms dragging little boys and little girls down the street, walking, leaving, letting them walk by themselves. I see kids being mad at the child because they look like the father or the child look like the mother and they treat the child bad. Or they allow their significant other to treat the child bad. That's wrong. Children are innocent. I forgive everybody that ever did anything to me when I was a child. Because here's an interesting point I'm going to end this video. About 7 years ago, I was working in South Carolina. And my car was parked in one spot, and I had to park my truck. I was a truck driver. I had to park my truck in another spot. So I called Sheila's son, Aaron, and was like, hey, man, yo, I need a ride to my car. He was like, man, I'm on the road. Call my mom's. He said, call Sheila. I said, what? Call Sheila? So I called Sheila. I parked my truck. And I was sitting in my truck. I called Sheila. I said, hey, Sheila, can you come give me a ride to my car? She said, sure, babe. She said, sure, little ride. I'll come get you. She came and got me. We got in the car. And I asked her, why did you treat me so bad? And why you didn't like me? I told her, I always liked you when you were nice to me. I didn't like you when you wasn't nice to me. And she said, you know what? Let me tell you something, Rob. I was mad at your father and I took it out on you. But when you know better, you do better. She said, when you know better, you do better. I just started crying. Because it made me feel good about myself. Whereas I thought this woman hated. She hated me. That wasn't the case. It was her taking out her issues with my father on me. So whoever out there going through some trials and tribulations right now, struggling with the fact that they had a child they didn't want to have, with a person that they didn't want to be with, first thing you need to do is take responsibility, because if you didn't want to have that child, you could have abstained from sex with that person. You could have protected yourself. But sitting here at this stage in life, I realized I gave myself physically to a lot of people that I shouldn't have. And I apologize to those people now. I've always been real. I've always been authentic. I've always been who I am. I just didn't believe it. So all you brothers out there, I'm talking to my black men. Get over yourself, man. It ain't about you. It ain't about your kid's mother. It's about that child. Fight. Do whatever you got to do. But the first thing you can do if you have a problem with that woman is go to court and get custody. Joint custody, shared custody, visitation. Don't do what I did. Because your children won't be in your life. And I miss them. Because although I wasn't there with them, I would always tell them, it's not about the quantity of time I spend with you. It's about the quality of time I spent with you. And we had some fun, but it was never enough. And that was all on me. So, I hope this video helps somebody. I know I'm long-winded, but this is my story. And I'm going to continue to tell it because I've now realized that I'm not here for me. I'm here to help somebody. And whatever comes about it, I don't have time for tearing people down or dogging no people. I just speak the truth. I walk in the truth. I believe in the truth. And I will always stand on the truth. So, I hope this helps somebody. And I pray that peace comes upon those who are struggling. But men, please do what you have to do to be a father. Because our Father in heaven will never leave, his word says he will never leave you nor forsake you. So just like our Father in heaven will never leave us nor forsake us, we as Father can never leave nor forsake our children, even when they're wrong. Just hug them and tell them it's going to be okay. That's my video for today.